Hit a lick, did it quick, damn they gave it to my chick. Cause the section I ate in the government couldn't assist. Got a G up in my ear, few diamonds on my wrist. Jeans filled with Uchi pants, look like they don't fit. Got a shorty.
Hey, it's your girl, Nay. Hey. No, what's up, y'all? It's the first video. Hey, gang, let's talk about it. We finna spill the beans, spill all the tea because, I'm not, let's just say I had my first encounter with a, and it was terrible. So let me tell you why he put a real bad taste in my mouth. First of all, we're gonna start off with the age gap. He was 29 and I was 22. Yeah, like 22. Let me give you a backstory so we can get into it, because we really finna get into it. Alright, so I went to the doctor's office. When I left the doctor's office, my eyes was dilated, so I really couldn't see. But I got to whipping, pull up, and my lovely mother, had paid for me to go get my windows tinted. So I said, let me pull up, get this taken care of. Went in there, said, hey, I need all four in the front and the back tinted. How long it's gonna take? They told me 3 hours. Baby, one thing about me, I'm not sitting there for no 3 hours. So what I did is call my sister, hey sis, come pick me up. She's like, alright, I'll be there. So I walk out and I'm like, alright, I'm hungry, let me give me some Subway. But when I'm walking out, mind you, my eyes are dilated, so I got the little black frames on. And I hear somebody say, hey, excuse me. Hey, shorty, you don't hear me talking to you? I just threw my hand up because, baby, you're not talking to me calling me shorty. Shorty is not my name. A is not my name. You're not talking to me. But that's okay. Anyways, so fast forward, go to Subway. I give me a chicken bacon ranch with the extra mayo, my Harvest cheddar sun chips, and I got me a lemonade, and it was fire. So as I'm walking back, mind you, I still can't freaking see. My vision is blurry. I'm walking up. So you went and bought some Subway. You finna share with me? You finna share? You gonna share? No. No, I'm not gonna share. Oh, well, dang, that's messed up. What's your name? I don't have one. I went in there and I sat down, ate my little Subway up, and I started wrapping it up because I'm like, my sister should be close by now. The house was only like 15 minutes away. So I'm like, alright, let me go stand outside for my sister, because she should be pulling up. She had just texted me. I'm like, alright, cool. So when I'm standing outside waiting on her, she taking too long. This man done hop back out his car and he like, hey, excuse me, I'm a party promoter and you try to come to my party. It's called Baywatch, it's at a nice hotel in Uptown, blah blah blah. I said, oh, okay. And he was like, what's your name? I said, my name is Nay. And he was like, oh, Nay, you're really beautiful, thanks, let me send you the party information. Okay, what's your name? He was like, my name Kiwan. No, this is what he's talking. Yeah, his name is Kiwan. Yeah. Just wait for it, because Kiwan was not his name. Was not. Anyways, so fast forward, I'm like, okay, well, he talked to me the whole time until my sister pulled up. He held a cool conversation. So once he sent me the flyer or whatever, he started texting me and he like, man, I wish you would have sat up here with me. They taking too long to put these speakers in my car, Mind you, his car was a newer model Mercedes-Benz. He blacked it out, black rims, like everything was blacked out. Why you putting big speakers and amps in your car and you drive a Mercedes? I don't know. I never understand it, but hey, that's neither here nor there. Anywho, so fast forward, it's time for me to go pick up my car. And he's like, oh, well, can you come sit up here with me for a couple minutes? So I sit up there for a couple minutes, we talking. Then he tells me that he played football for Tennessee State when he was in school. So me being me, when you tell me stuff like that, oh, you played football for college, let me go try to look you up. I couldn't find this man nowhere. Nowhere. I looked on every Tennessee roster from 2009 all the way up until 2020. I mean, well, it wasn't 2020 at the time. I think it was like 2019. But to 2019, couldn't find nothing. He claimed he graduated. So if you graduated, that means it was a while ago when you was playing football, right? Still ain't find him on no roster. So I'm like, maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm spelling his name wrong. Whatever. So we still talk. I left, went back to the crib. Fast forward. I didn't go to the party that was coming up the following day. The following weekend, he invited me to go to the club. And that's my spot at. So I'm like, yeah, alright, we finna go there. And my friends were supposed to go with me and I was supposed to go by myself. But then my friends canceled on me. But by the time they canceled on me, I was already dressed and on the way to the club. So I just went ahead and went. Worst mistake of my life. Worst mistake of my life. So cool. Get to the club and he was like, I was like, where you at? Because he tells me, oh yeah, we got this section, this is that and the third. Yeah, you and your girls finna have fun. We finna pop bottles, this is that and the third. Alright, cool. I get there, he not there. Ain't even nowhere near there. So at that point, he was like, I'll be there in just a moment. So I post up at the bar, people buy me drinks, I'm having a good time, I'm laughing, dancing. Yeah, I'm in the club by myself, whatever, it's cool. But I'm still being mindful because again, I'm by myself. So he comes and he come in the club and he was like, hey, well, me and the homies, we changed our mind. We ain't finna be in here. We finna go to another spot. It's a hookah lounge. I was like, alright, cool, that's fine because I like hookah. And he was like, well, we ain't gotta drive 2 separate cars. We could take your car to my house. First mistake. Why did I park my car to get in his car? And it's my first time ever hanging out with this man. Dummy. A dummy. 22-year-old dummy. So, park my car at his house. Get in his car. We go to this freaking hookah lounge. And it's just me and him. Ain't no homies. Ain't no other females. Ain't no other friends. It's me and him at this hookah lounge. He bought the hookah, all that stuff, cool. Well, this man tries to get me drunk. I'm talking about stupid drunk. I'm talking about like blackout drunk. Disaster. That man had me drinking Tito's. If you know Tito's taste like rubbing alcohol, after like 2 shots, you be drunk. At the time, I weighed probably about 100 pounds. Why would you be trying to give me 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 shots of Tito's? I stopped at 3 because, But 3 was 3 too many. Because I was already too drunk. And I'm like, alright, well, I gotta sober up because I need to go home because I got work in the morning. From that day, almost every single day, for probably about 4 or 5 months, I was with this man. Seeing this man, we doing something, we going somewhere. Well, we're about to get into it because that was just the beginning. So it was a lot of red flags and I kept on missing them, or I wasn't paying attention to them. I was giving everything the benefit of the doubt. Stupid me. So the first red flag that came, cool beans, he told me that he had a house and it was a real nice one. It was real expensive. I know people that stay there, so I know you spending a bag on rent. But every time he wanted to hang out, we never went to his house. Like, we was meeting up somewhere in DeSoto, which is like 45 minutes away from where you live, but we're going to places by where you live. Stupid me. Stupid me. Oh God, that was the first play. That should tell me that something was sketchy about him. But that man told me he was a business owner and he owned all these businesses, only for me to find out that he was an Uber driver with no business owning about that. He was an Uber driver. But yeah, tried to make me feel bad about working retail. Oh, I work for myself, I make my own schedule, you shouldn't even be working retail, that was stupid, you need to do something different, you need to be more independent, da 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 da. But he was an Uber driver. All right, I digress. So once all this happened and I started peeping game, then we started going on dates, or he started asking me on dates. But he would do stuff like this. Like, he asked me to go to the movies, right? We go to the movies. I forgot what we was going to see. The movie was actually good, but he tried to sneak us in the movies. Like, you talk about how you a business owner, you got all this money, you do this, but you try to sneak me in the movies. And then when he got caught trying to sneak us in the movies, this man pulls out a coupon for a senior citizen. What? So then when they tell him, oh, you can't use this coupon, that's for a senior citizen, he goes, oh, my bad, I didn't even know. That must have been for my grandma. I digress again. So once we get in the movies, after he done did all of the shenanigans, then he's like, oh, well, you want something? But if you want something, you can only get the kids combo, and we gonna split it. What? Sir, I don't understand. Like, you're really confusing me. But so we watched the movie or whatever. After the movie's over, I'm still being ignorant, just stupid, young and stupid. So then he's like, hey, well, I'm not ready to go yet. Yeah, let's go to a hookah lounge. I'm like, all right, cool, we can go to the hookah lounge. But when we get to the hookah lounge, he goes, well, hey, I paid for the movie, so can you pay for this? Which, me personally, I'm one of those people, if you pay for something, I don't mind paying for it, if we've already discussed that. But we ain't discussed none of that. You asked me to come here with you, and then you wanted me to pay for it. So I thought about it for a moment, and I was like, you know what? Fine. He took the cheap way out, but cool. I'll pay for the hookah. It's not a big deal. But what got me is after I gave my debit card, he wanted to add a bucket of ice. He needed cranberry and pineapple juice because he got a bottle. This is after he done went to the bar and told them to add this to my tab. Luckily for me, the money was on the card because what? And then on top of that, the hookah that he ordered was like $50. What? But I was like, all right, cool, pay for it. After I found out everything, that's my L, because I should have been supervising. So I didn't do that. That's on me, my bad. Well, we had a good time, no lies. It was good vibes, great energy. The DJ was fire. I got to dance a little bit. And so then he took me out to eat. We ate. Everybody know Waffle House is the spot to go to after the club. Cool, we went to Waffle House, but had a great time. I went home because I had work the next day. We're gonna fast forward because it was a minute where nothing really happened. And so the next time we met out, it had been a couple weeks because my schedule just wasn't matching with his. And so when we did hang out, it wasn't nothing really happening. we had went out to a place in Uptown. He had me go with him, and I drove my own car because at this point I need to be getting home. Well, I get out my car, go meet him at the place, and he like, oh, well, we finna go to this place to get something to eat. You hungry? Da da da. He give me food. I'm sitting in the car. I done ate. We done threw the trash away. We sitting there. We waiting to go to the next spot. This man sees somebody that he got beef with. Why does he choose now to address the time? You done seen this man 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times before you got with me, and you choose now to address the situation. So addressing the situation comes. Cool, he does that, and they arguing. They get into it. They start to tussle like females because it was no real boxing or none of that. They ain't square up. They arguing, tussling, hand in your face. This man comes to the car and he get his thing out his car and he holding it by his waist. Well, the dude that he was arguing with get his thing and he pointed at me, talking about some, alright, well, you got issues with me, I advise you to get your girl out of here because she gonna take this for you. Da 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 da. I'm sitting here like, this ain't even my dude. We just talking, we just dating. I'm not gonna take no type of circumstances, no type of punishment, no type of none of that consequences for you. Mind you, I had never drove like a Benz before, so all their gear changes was on the steering wheel, like on the little windshield wiper thing. So I'm trying to figure out how, cause baby, I'm not gonna sit in this car and do none of that. I'm gonna go ahead and pull off. So I hopped over the hopped over the little armrest, closed his car door because you out here doing stupid stuff. I'm gonna pull off. I called my best friend, and at the time we had another homeboy. I called him, and we sit on the phone, and I'm like, best friend, this man almost got me killed. Da, 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 da. Mind you, my best friend got my location. Where you at? I'm gonna pull up. It's gonna take me a minute, but I'm gonna pull up. Other dude like, I got your location too. Where you at? Where you at? So they pull up my location. They like, you 30, 40 minutes away from us. I'm like, yo, I am scared. I'm crying. I'm like, this ain't even got nothing to do with me. Why he pick right now to try to argue with this dude? I'm mad. I'm furious. So I'm just driving through Uptown, hitting blocks until I can drop his car off and get in mine. Because baby, one thing about me, if it ain't got nothing to do with me, I don't want no parts of it. Because baby, that ain't had nothing to do with me. You picked tonight when you with me to beef with a dude that you've been beefing with for 2, 3, 4 months, and every time y'all seen each other in the club it's an issue, but you decide to check it right now when you with me. You ain't gotta flex with me. I'm not one of them. You ain't gotta put on no show for me because I don't care. Don't. Cool. So he finally called and was like, hey, can you meet me? I'm over here at so-and-so place. I said, alright, cool. I'll take him his car. And said, can you take me back to my car? Man, I'm so sorry. It wasn't supposed to happen like that. You don't want to go out with us no more? No, take me to my car. Man, I'm sorry. Please just go. No, take me to my car where it's safe at, and I'm not gonna be dodging bullets. Okay? Okay? Anyways, so that happens. Cool. He take me to my car, I pull off, and my friend's like, you better not ever talk to him again. Oh my gosh, it wasn't his fault. He didn't know dude was gonna do that. Da, 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 da. Stupid me. Stupid me. Okay, so that happens. Then we probably went on a couple more dates, and that's cool. So then the next time it was like he was like, oh yeah, I'm buying a house, let me show you the house that I'm buying. I'm like, cool. So by the time I pulled up to the house, it was kind of getting dark outside, and when I'm pulling up, he had went to his garage, so I was gonna park in the front of the house. Well, when I pull up, I see kids' bikes on the porch, like a little girl and a little boy bike. Mind you, this man has told me he don't have no kids, he ain't got no baby mamas, no wife, no none of that. I'm like, bro, them kids' bikes on the porch. How you buying a house but you got kid bikes here? I'm like, alright, cool. So it took him a long time to come get me, but as I'm sitting in the car, I'm still looking at the porch because I'm like, these look like some little kid bikes. Do you know I see a black shadow come to get the kids' bikes off the porch? So when I go to the door, he's like, yeah, come to the door, ring the doorbell. No, he said, come to the door, I'm at the door. I was like, alright, cool. I was like, it was just bikes on the porch. No, you must be tripping. It wasn't no bikes on this porch. It wasn't no bikes on the porch. I'm not tripping. It was bikes on the porch. But alright, cool, whatever. Because I know you lying at this point. At this point, you real suspect. So we sitting there and I'm thinking he's going to give me a tour of this house. It was a nice, pretty house. Really pretty. No, ma'am. This man tells me I can't go upstairs. He shows me everything downstairs. Didn't show me nothing upstairs. And as I'm looking around, he got a couch, the TV mounted, but baby, all the pictures that should be on the walls is sitting over there in the dining room on the table, flipped over, so I can't see what the pictures are. Now, yes, I was dumb because I continued to talk to this man after this, but something in my spirit tells me that man had a whole family and he was lying. He was lying because, baby, what? So that happened, and I asked him, I was like, oh, well, why your pictures over there flipped upside down? He was like, well, I haven't had time to hang it. You know, I just bought this house and I've only been here a few times because, you know, I still have my place, my real nice apartment. I was like, oh, okay. He was like, yeah, I'm just now closing on. I said, who's we? You said weird. He said, oh yeah, well, I have another person that's taking over the lease with me. I was like, oh, okay, well, is it a business partner? And he was like, yeah. He was like, we're supposed to be renting this house out for Airbnb. Again, he never would specify who is we. But little peeping Tom me, it's kid bikes. You got these pictures flipped upside down. You can't show me upstairs. It's a family that live here. You got a whole family here. And even when, because I was spending the night, even when I had to go to the bathroom, he was like, well, wake me up if you have to go to the bathroom so I can make sure that the bathroom is clear. So, in my mind, you got somebody upstairs that you don't want me to know about. Honey. And to this day, I still can't tell you if it was somebody upstairs. But I feel in my spirit it was somebody upstairs. But then we finna end it off with this. We get into the ending because we continued to date after this because I was stupid. So stupid. Continued to date. And then I had decided that I was going to Houston because I wanted to go see my sister. And he was like, oh, well, I want to go to Houston too. And I was like, okay, well, I was going to get an Airbnb. He was like, no, I don't get Airbnbs. Every time I go somewhere, I stay in a hotel. And so I was like, all right, well, let me know how much the hotel is, because he claimed that he got a discount because his business was through, his business gave him a discount, I was like, well, let me know how much the discount is because I'll give you half of it. All right, cool. So he picked to stay at the Westin, which is attached to the Galleria in Houston. All right, cool. And so I gave him half the money. Well, what I thought was half. He told me it was $270, like $270.96. So cool. Gave the money, right? Gave the money. And so the day we were supposed to leave for the trip, I had lied and I told my mom, because I knew she wasn't going to approve of this. I told my mom that I was going to, well, she knew I was going to Houston, but she didn't know I was going to Houston with somebody. She knew I was going though. Cool. And so the day we were supposed to leave or whatever, we're going to Houston and we stop, get gas, and I always get cash before I go on a trip. Cool beans. Well, I was on the phone with my cousin, and I told my cousin, I said, I feel like just in case something happens, I need to get his information. So we had stopped at a gas station before we hit the highway. He left his wallet in the car. I opened his wallet. His name was not his name. Remember he told me his name was Kiwan? Well, we gonna say his name was BS because he was a bummy scammer. So I'm looking like, sweetie, that's not the name he told me. That's not the name that he told me. At this point, I have been talking to this man for like 4 months, thinking that his name was one thing and his name was something completely different. I'm talking about nowhere near what he told me his name was. So at this point, we get to Houston. When we get to Houston, this man is acting weird. I'm talking about weird. Nothing like he did back home. We get here, my sister come, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go get my sister. No, you're not gonna bring her into the hotel room until I tell you that I'm ready for her to come in here. You gonna wait until I tell you that it's okay. I said, no, I'm gonna go get my sister. You're dressed, all you doing is putting on your jewelry. I'm going to get my sister. So I go get my sister. Me and my sister talking, laughing, having a good time. And we had ordered food because we was drinking or whatever. And he tells us, basically we was talking about our personal situations. And he tell us, can y'all just shut up? I'm tired of hearing that. Y'all need to talk about something else. No, we're going to talk about what we want to talk about. Like, and I'm telling my sister, I said, yeah, after this trip, I'm done with him. He cut. But he got cut before the trip was even over because of this next stunt he pulled was ridiculous. So we go out, we thinking we can have a good time. Baby, we was only out for like 2 hours, and then he was on some weird stuff. He was telling me, yeah, your sister can stay at the hotel room with you because I think I'm gonna stay in a hotel room with my homeboys. Alright, you do that, whatever, bye. So my sister had left, ended up leaving because she had to go pick up my niece. And so I went to bed. I wake up. He like, man, what you trying to do? We finna do? No, we not finna do nothing. I'm finna go to sleep. Cool. Do you know the next morning he had a whole attitude? So I slept in the bed. He slept on the couch. I don't care. But I wake up the next morning and I'm locked out of my phone. But I vaguely remember somebody like, what's the password to your phone? And I kept on saying, it's my birthday. It's my birthday. It's my birthday. The password on my phone is my mama's birthday. So this fool was putting in my birthday trying to get in my phone, and that's why he kept on waking me up. And I'm so out of it. I'm like, it's my birthday, it's my birthday. He locked me out of my phone. When I wake up the next morning, I get in the shower. I'm thinking we finna do stuff. Like, I'm calling my sister trying to see what she's trying to do. And this man got me blocked on all social media platforms, and we in the same room. I'm blocked. I come out the shower. This man done packed up his stuff. Talking about we finna. He didn't even tell me we finna go. He just started packing. So I called my sister. I said, I think we're leaving. Mind you, I paid for the hotel room. And remember when I told you I gave him $270 thinking it's half? Baby, that $270 was the whole room cost. He probably put an additional $30. And I paid for everything else. Because I saw the receipt when we got to the hotel. And I had to put my card on file. So, sorry about that. The camera cut off. But let's get back into it. Because we finna end it with a bang. Because this here, out of control. So, cool. I called my sister. I was like, well, I think I'm leaving. I'm sorry I didn't get to spend more time with you. I don't really know what's going on. But yeah. So we get ready to leave, and I'm like, well, did you at least check out the room so they'll put my money back on my card? He ain't answering me. He ignored me. Like, I'm talking about badly ignoring me, acting like I'm not even here, like he can't hear me talking. He ain't doing none of that. All right, cool. So we pull up to Papados because he wanted to get something to eat before we left. I wasn't really hungry. This man hands me $80. No, I'm lying. It wasn't even $80. He handed me like $70. I'm like, what's this? The rest of your money. Mind you, I told y'all I took cash out the ATM before I went on my trip. Excuse me. Took cash. I took $500. I gave him $40 to put gas in the car. I gave probably about another $30 for Wingstop. So that's what, $70. This man gave me back $70. Talking about some, that's all. He said, that's the rest of your money. I said, what you mean the rest of my money? I grabbed my purse. I'm looking through my purse. That's the rest of your money. I said, bro, give me my money back. Stop playing with me. No, because I had to pay for bottles that I paid for Bel Air, and I paid for this and I paid for that. That's a $300 bottle, and you not gonna get away with it. I said, you bought some champagne that I don't even drink, so why would I pay for? That's not how that works. If I paid for the bottles, you're supposed to go have. That's not my job to go have, because I bought what I was gonna drink. I bought a whole bottle of Patron to bring to the hotel to drink, and we had Hennessy because that's what I want to drink. So why would you go buy an additional bottle that I don't even drink and expect me to pay for it? So we going back into it, we getting into it. I'm like, give me my money back, give me my money back, give me my money back. He will not give me my money back. Mind you, I'm in Houston, we're in his car, and he's doing all this weird stuff. So we get out of Papados. I was like, I'm not eating. Okay, well, you might not be eating, but you're not gonna sit in my car. You can't sit in my car. You have to stand outside until I get my food and I get back in. Bro, at this point, I call my mama, and I have to tell my mom, not only did I not tell you the full truth, but now this man done stole my money and he's acting weird with me, like really, really weird. I call my mama, she's upset, I'm upset, I'm crying, and I'm just like, at this point, I was done. When I tell you I was done, like, over the situation. Once I stopped crying, when I got off the phone with my mama, I didn't care about none of that. I put my headphones in, I was playing my music, I had my car charger in there, I was charging my phone to make sure my phone was charged until I got back. I just kept my mama updated on where I was at. So he was doing stuff like trying to make me mad. So he called, he said, yeah, because Dolph was in town that weekend. He was like, yeah, we pulling up, we finna go see Dolph this weekend. Then he got the, yeah, I think I'm finna fly to Cali, because you know my brother, he best friends with Chris Brown, and Chris Brown best friends with Vivica Fox. I think I'm gonna go to Cali and start modeling, you know. I got all these celebrities I'm gonna link up with. Da, 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 da. Nigga, I don't care, because at this point you done stole from me, so you dead to me. Dead. Ain't no coming back from that, because you played too close, and you the same person. Y'all, the whole time we was talking, he talked about how much money he had, how he was a business owner, how he was making a bag, how he was doing this, he was doing that. Wasn't doing none of that. None of that. And so finally, after he tried to do all this to get a reaction out of me, he ain't get one. I was playing games on my phone, listening to my music, texting my mama, letting her know that I'm cool. We get back to where my car is. This man don't say nothing to me. He hops out the car, drops my bag on the curb. As soon as my 2 feet touch the pavement and I've gotten all my stuff out his car, this man skirt off. To this day, I can't tell you what happened. I can't tell you why he acted like that. I can't tell you nothing. But to this day, I can tell you that man still be trying to hit my line. That man still faithfully adds me and unadds me on social media when he see he ain't getting no response. That man still be asking me to pull up on him. All of that. Baby, no, I will never talk to you again. We will never date again. And then I did have one stupid moment after this situation. It was probably about a year later. And he was like, can we just link up? I just want to talk to you and explain why I acted like that. And honestly, I wanted to hear the story, but at the same time, I just want to see if he was going to get my money back. Bro, when I met up with him, he wasn't trying to explain nothing. He was like, I was going through a rough time, but you know, I still want you. I still feel like we can work this out. No, sir, we cannot work anything out. First of all, you stole from me. Second of all, you dropped my stuff on the curb like I was just some freak that you was freaking. Nah, baby, we don't even play like that. We don't even play like that, because for me, that's a never return. You stole from me. You supposed to be this man that got all this money, that do all this and do all that, but you stole from me? Sir. Wrong one. Try again, never, because it ain't no never no coming back from that, ever. I don't care if we see each other in person. At this point, you're dead to me. Like, you don't even exist, because that's bogus to me. And as a man, that's real corny. Really corny. But moral of the story is, when people show you who they are, believe them the first time. Like, don't keep on setting yourself up for failure, because when you tried to make me lose my life, I should stop talking to you then. But instead, I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt, and you was a whole cheapskate, and you was a bum, and you was a scammer, bro. Like, really out here scamming people. Then, not to mention just the insignificant facts, that man tried to teach me how to scam the government. I'm not doing no federal time with you. Is you crazy? But this is the first story time that I had to tell, and tune in again. I might drop something on Wednesday or Thursday, but if not, I'll catch you again on Sunday, because the next one, baby, this next one, let's get into it.